Hello Cubezoids and welcome back to another PixARK special. IGN have released some new gameplay footage and we're going to do what we always do and show off some things that you might have missed. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave it a like and be sure to subscribe if you want to stay up to date with all the latest PixARK hype. We're going to start off with the best thing about the video so far. You remember shoulder mounts in Ark? For those that didn't play, you'd get like a monkey or something and you'd be able to put him on your shoulder. Well, in PixARK, you can't put him on your shoulder, but you can put him on your head. Look at that thing. It looks like a giant hat. I'd also like to point out that the fact that you can put a big-eared rabbit on your head probably means that I'm wrong about not trusting them. But I still maintain that we should err with caution because their eyes still look like they're going to deceive us. Don't trust the rabbits, everyone. Let's move on. Moving on to something that's actually important, we're going to talk a bit about the taming. So we can see in the video that the guy tames, I think he tames around 3 creatures in this. The first one is the big-ear rabbit, and it only takes him a couple of minutes to tame. Now, bear in mind, this is level 3. And it is a small creature, so it shouldn't take a long time at all. But you can see here, the lifetime of the tame is 2 days, 23 hours, 59 minutes. It's 3 days. So he's got to the maximum tame time here, and he was also using azelberries, which it could be totally different, but in Ark, the main herbivore berry is a mejoberry. So, I said in my previous video that the tame time could be affected by taming effectiveness. And if you haven't seen that video, I'll leave a card up in the top right corner so you can have a look, because I don't want to go into that too much. So that could actually disprove this theory, but at the same time, it's a beginner tame, it should last a long time. And it shouldn't be difficult to tame. So, I don't think we can take too much out of that, but I think it was important to point out anyway. Alright, I would say the biggest reveal within the video is probably the map, which we could see right here. Now, interestingly, they actually only confirmed, I think it was either 7 or 8 biomes. Could be wrong about the number, don't quote me. But we can see here there's actually 11. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes, unless you don't count the ocean, which, to be honest, I personally wouldn't. It seems like it's going to go from, this is going in difficulty order, although let's just forget deep ocean, because that's not going to be fun for anyone. So, novice prairie, grassland, mountain forest, swamp, desert, magic forest, gold, secret area, that sounds super cool, by the way, icebound land, dark forest, and doomland. That sounds cool, right? So as we go sort of up the difficulty tier, if you like, I imagine we're going to be getting things like more difficult creatures, better beacons, which if you're new to Ark, beacons are little drops that you get where you get equipment out of. And you have to be a certain level to actually be able to open them. And how this is displaying on the map is it's basically these lines here. So when you explore the map, you'll leave a little trail, and you can see like this particular bit here is either gold secret area or doomland. The bit we're in at the moment is novice prairie, etc, etc. I don't need to go through all of them with you. But that's pretty cool that there are actually more things. And also they said that the magic forest is a really dangerous place. So things like doomland, what on earth is that going to have in it? That's terrifying. It's not as terrifying sounding as the dark forest, to be honest. That sounds awful. I don't really want to go there. We're going to, but I don't want to. If you take a look at the bottom right of the map, you'll see daily bounty. And I'm really pleased that this kind of system is going to be in the game. I personally really like having an incentive to log in and play every day without the sort of like loads of pressure to actually do it. I think these are just going to be small little bounties that get you little rewards, you know? But you can see on the map, they actually show up as icons and they're all color-coded nicely for you, so you can always tell where one of these bounties is going to be. If you remember the GameSpot video, I showed it on this channel. I'll put a card in the top right corner. So you can take a look if you haven't seen it yet. But they showed in the first part of their video one of the quest totem things. So I'd imagine that that is what all of these are. They're actually like totems that are in the world, and you go up to them, you press a button, and it assigns the quest to you, which I think is a really nice little system. It's a shame we don't get to see it on here, but we did get to see it in GameSpot anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. To be fair, this next screen is actually a very important part of the video too. We get to see the industrial skill tab within the Engrams menu, and this is awesome because we can see a ton of new Engrams that we haven't seen before. The level 30 ones aren't really anything to shout about. Gunpowder, gun, pistol, bullet, simple thing, flashlight, whatever, silencer. No one really cares that much about those. But here at level 33, that's where things get interesting, with a magic fire bullet, a magic ice bullet, and a magic poison bullet. So, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't want to get myself too hyped up about this, but I think that means that we get to use magic bullets in our standard guns. It could mean that you've got to make a magical gun, but we haven't seen anything about that, so I'm going to assume they come out of the normal gun. And this is awesome. Like, the fire bullet is obviously just going to do like a burn effect. The ice bullet, I think will probably slow somebody down. And the poison bullet will, you know, poison somebody. It might do the same as like a Plant X does in Ark. It might sort of green their eyes out, which would be really handy in a PvP situation. Then over here at level 55, we have some even cooler stuff in terms of lava equipment. Now, this is interesting for me because I was having a chat with somebody else who's planning on doing YouTube videos for PixARK, and he was saying, oh, it looks like, you know, building right down by the lava is probably going to be the best place to build a base. Maybe not. Maybe nowhere is safe, because all you got to do is build lava boots, lava gloves, lava helmet, and other lava equipment, and you're probably going to be able to just swim through the lava. Now, obviously, you got to be able to get up to level 55, which should take quite a long time. But even so, late game, that means that put some lava equipment on, and you can swim in that, man. You can just swim in boiling hot magma without getting hurt at all. Now, obviously, that could come with some downfalls. It might have a worse durability than standard flak. You'd imagine it's got to have something bad about it, right? Otherwise, it would just be ridiculously overpowered. Now, there are some other cool Engrams on the screen, but I don't want to hang around too much, so feel free to pause the video and take a look for yourself. No, we're not really paused, but I did trick you, right? No, I didn't, sorry. Moving on to another Engram page. Here, we've got magic carpet. I think I can be like Aladdin and fly on a magic carpet. No, I don't really think that's what it is, because right down here, you got red dragon skin carpet. I think it's just a style of carpet. And if you could really fly on a magic carpet in PixARK at level 7, I feel like that would defeat the point of a lot of the game. So let's not get too hyped about a magic carpet, but just keep it in mind just in case. On to the next Engram screen, we can see a couple of cool little things that don't really matter too much, so we're not going to spend loads of time on it. Megalodon helmet, Rex bone helmet, Trike bone helmet. They're just nice things that you'd be able to make. I don't know what they're going to have in terms of, like, stats. I kind of feel like they're just going to be for show, which is fine, which is totally cool. Over on the right side, we can also see blind arrow. Now, I'd imagine this is something that is going to blind your enemy, and it does match up with what I was saying in the previous PixARK video about having different tiers, if you like, of arrow. So if you haven't watched that video, I was pretty much saying that I think there could be different styles of trank arrow for different creatures. And while this isn't really what we're looking at, it does kind of fit into that whole narrative, if you like. Alright, I know we're looking at a lot of Engram screens, okay, but this is cool. On the right side, firestone powder. So getting those magical stones that we've been talking about quite a lot, it seems like you're going to be able to grind them up into powder to use in potentially recipes. Like you can see right here that there are specific recipes that you can make, which is quite different to Ark. You don't get like Engrams to make any particular food, it's just there for you to make. So this slightly differs, but the firestone powder could well be for just recipes, or it could be to make other cool magic things. So maybe the stone isn't as important as the powder itself. Who knows? Later on in the video, we get to see the death screen because the dude was not aware that an Argentavis is a bad thing when it's not tamed. Oh, buddy. Now, this doesn't really show us anything particularly new. It's just cool to have a look at. The spawn regions are there. Rally point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It doesn't show you the difficulty of where you're actually going to spawn. And maybe that's because it genuinely doesn't actually know the difficulty point. because the map is, you know, procedurally generated. Now, when he does come back from the dead, we can also see that his bag is right there. So we do have bag indicators on both your compass and just generally in the world. Good. To the dude's left, right over here, we can see a little bit of an auto turret setup, which is nice. We haven't really seen a proper setup yet. We've seen one inside a building, so it's good to get a little view of what they're going to look like. But they're not powered, they're not shooting, so it's not that cool. Okay, this dude, being the brave soul that he is deciding to fight a Pheo Mia, but it's fighting back this time. They don't fight back in Ark, they do in PixARK, so be careful, everyone. Pheo Mias do not want to take any of your And as the Pheo Mia dies, he drops a big block of meat, which is what you hit to get meat and leather out of. For those that aren't used to survival games, a pickaxe will get you more meat, and a hatchet will get you more leather. Now, we talked a little bit about portals in the last video, and I think we can see one in the next clip. But I just want everyone to take a little look right now, because we cannot see anything in this particular area. Correct? Correct. Have a look at this. Right there, guys. Right there. That, to me, looks like a portal opening up. I could be wrong. It could be another player. In this video, we can actually see that there's another player running around. But I don't know what would cause such a bright light. And it does sort of look like a portal to me. The thing that I'm wondering, though, is why did it just open up? Could it be because the guys just hit level 8? Maybe it's got a level cap on it, and when you reach a certain level, the portal will open. Or maybe the portals just open at random, but then that seems a little bit unfair, considering if, say, I want to go to this area that I went to yesterday, but I have to wait for a portal to open up. That kind of sucks, right? Now, we don't have enough information as of today about portals, so we can't really comment too much, but I thought it was cool to at least see one potentially opening up. Now, there are, of course, going to be some smaller things that I haven't spoken about. For example, the little tutorial wizard, which is very, very nice for Snail Games to put in. It's going to make it a lot easier for new players to get into, telling you all the buttons and everything you need to do. It's good. But that's kind of the nature of these videos. I tell you guys stuff and you guys tell me stuff. So if you've noticed anything I haven't, let me know in the comments. Anyway, that's the end of the episode, so thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, push your face up against the like button, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next episode.